Hello everybody, Spooky Sandwoman here. Thank you for checking out the real ending for Damien. I didn't realize that I chose the bad ending, so whoops. This is just going to be me showing the good ending. I've zoomed past everything did to do with Damien, so now we have to go talk to Diana. Okay, you have to let her, which, of course, sounds like a horrible freaking deal. But in order to technically get the good ending for Damien, he has to be human. Alright, Diana. Do your thing. Damien's face popped back into my memory, reminding me of his desperate wish to become human. I was able to grant it for him right here. Diana was a cruel woman. Fine.
Fine. Meaning you'll agree to my terms.
I agree to your terms.
Beautiful. Now.
Diana slid down from the railing and walked to me, gently running a finger up my neck and to under my chin.
Your energy first.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I closed my eyes, not wanting to look at her as she kissed me. The kiss wasn't unpleasant by any means. In fact, I felt myself melting into the kiss more so than I wanted. Every single nerve in my body tingled as the energy spiraled up in my entire being and into Diana's kiss. Soon I felt a little weaker and a little more vulnerable than I was before. Diana pulled away and smiled down at me.
Such an interesting human girl. Sad to see you give up your powers so easily.
It's for Damien.
Right. Now, speaking of the bastard son.
Don't say anything. Let her do it. Let her do it. I know this sounds like a horrible thing if you actually had to do this. Diana walked into the bedroom and towards Damien, looking down at his sleeping figure.
Oh, such a sweet thing.
Yes, he's mine. How are you going to...
I'll enthrall him, take his energy, cleanse his body, make him forget, and then cast the human spell when he goes back to sleep. Simple, really.
That's it.
That's it. I'll make sure there's no trace of me when I'm done.
Just do it before I change my mind.
As you wish.
Diana chuckled before snapping her fingers, making Damien vanish from my bed. I instinctively panicked, but caught a hold of myself, remembering what was going on. Remember to bring him back.
I will. A demon never goes back on their word.
And with that, Diana vanished. I felt my stomach churn in disgusting patterns at the thought of Diana with Damien. However, before I could even flex a muscle, Diana reappeared, adjusting her hair back to normal. Oh, what?
What? Oh.
Diana let out a small laugh as I raised an eyebrow.
I brought into an isolated tear between our worlds. There, time moves much faster than in reality, so I was able to take what I needed to be done.
Diana snapped her fingers, making Damien reappear in my bed as if he never left.
And there he is, clean and human.
I quickly ran to Damien's side, not sure what else to say. Diana sighed and popped a hip while crossing her arms at me.
Pity. Damien had so much potential, even for a bastard son.
Can you... Before I could speak more, Diana vanished into the air, leaving me alone with Damien. I looked around, a little paranoid. Should she just be hiding? But as I clarified to myself that she was gone, I looked at Damien and brushed a strand of hair from his face. Human. Something about this was bittersweet. He got what he wanted, but he had to sleep with Diana to get it. I slipped back under the covers and into Damien's arms, feeling him unconsciously hold me close to him. I cuddled closer, letting sleep take over in my mind. Morning had come, and I was well awake before Damien. He was still in my arms, sleeping peacefully as if nothing had happened. One thing was certain, though. He was human. He was no longer a demon. He was a human, as he wanted. I waited for Damien to wake, waited to see him realize that he no longer had magic. I didn't have to wait long. Damien slowly opened his eyes, stretching and rousing up. I held my breath, waiting for him to make the realization he wouldn't be able to read my mind. He wouldn't be able to use his magic. Damien's eyes landed on me and his face grew a happy smile.
More...
His voice instantly grew silent as he stared at me, his smile suddenly fading into a look of shock. His mouth opened, but his eyes showed his speechless surprise. Damien couldn't read my thoughts. Damien slowly sat up, keeping his eyes on me as if he was trying to figure out if he was in a dream. I gave a little smile to him. It was almost too cute to see him like this. Damien brought a hand to my face and ran it over my cheek. I closed my eyes, feeling its warmth.
I can't read your mind. I don't have magic anymore.
I opened my eyes again, smiling at Damien's surprised expression now. In exchange for my magic and energy, Diana gave you your humanity. I stared, going almost frightful as Damien's eyes began to water. His hand on my cheek lightly began to tremble. I didn't know if he was angry or happy, so I prepared for the former. I wasn't expecting him to grab me and hug me tight enough to press the air out of me. I gasped as I felt Damien hold me close and tightly. He was trembling, which only increased my fear. What melted my heart was the sound of Damien weeping into my shoulder.
I'm human. You made me human.
I wrapped my arms around Damien, burying my face into his shoulder and nodding. You're human now, Damien.
Thank you.
Damien pulled away slightly and pulled me into a kiss, one that was passionate and full of love. I imagined it to be one of the greatest kisses of all mankind, for Damien's love filled every part of my body. I was happy. And yeah, we all know about the ending. Boys left, and James is now CEO. Damien still loves me. So yeah, that's a good. Go. Alright. One morning, a good couple of years after the boys and I had met, I had a moment to myself, so I sat in my room and took in all that had happened as if it was all a dream. The demons, the devils, the magic. It was all surreal to believe. It almost frightened me to think that it could have been all a dream. But the warm feeling in my heart reminded me that it was all real. The demons, the magic, the love I had. All real. I smiled as I held my hands to my chest, relishing in the feelings dancing within my soul.
Are you okay?
I looked up at last to see Damien by the doorway, smiling at me. I smiled back. I was just thinking.
Oh? What about?
I was just remembering how we met and such.
Really now?
Yeah, and I wouldn't change anything. I smiled in assurance in my own words. Everything I went through, everything I did for Damien, I'd do it again and 10 times over. Damien walked over and sat beside me, wrapping an arm around my shoulders.
You wouldn't change anything?
Excuse me. Nope. Damien looked at me with an almost knowing smile. He knew something. I just didn't know what.
I know about the real deal that made me human.
I instantly felt myself go pale. He knew? How? Diana had put a spell on his memories to make him forget. What do you mean? Damien stood and walked to my window, staring out it. Oh no.
My humanity in exchange for your energy and mine.
I quickly stood up. Damien, I
know that you agreed to let Diana take my energy if she agreed to remove my memories and make me human.
Damien. I walked over and tried to reach out to him. I felt myself stop before even touching him. The choice was coming back to haunt me. I felt hopeless and powerless. I didn't know what to do. My heart was ripping itself in two. However, Damien looked to me with a smile.
Well, Diana didn't make me have sex with her.
What? I looked at Damien, raising an eyebrow as he wrapped an arm around my waist and pulled me to his body.
She took my energy, yes, but through a ritual. Demons don't completely lose their energy through sex. So she decided I was not worth the lay and simply put me through a draining ritual, used only for demons who were going to be executed.
But she made a deal.
She didn't have to remove memories if she didn't have sex with me. She still kept to her word.
I was completely dumbfounded. I was played. I was completely and utterly played. That bitch! Damien laughed at the obvious anger on my face, pulling me close and leaning his forehead on mine.
Still, to think you'd make me sleep with her just to get my humanity.
You wanted to be human, and there was no other way I could think of. Damien kissed my forehead.
No. There wasn't any other way.
I'm sorry. Damien lifted my chin, making me look up at him. I felt completely guilty. I let him be taken over by Diana, and he could have slept with her for all for his humanity.
Don't be sorry. You wanted me to be happy. If anything, you sacrificed a lot more than I could have.
I pressed my lips together, not wanting to feel more guilt. I knew he was trying to make me feel better, but I felt utterly gross for having that choice happen. Damien laughed before he kissed my cheek, making my guilt slightly shudder.
I understand why, okay? Please, don't beat yourself up over this.
I felt tears run down my cheeks. I didn't even deserve to be held by him. I felt sick to my stomach at myself. I tried to pull away, but Damien held me tighter, not letting me get away. No, let go!
Hey, calm down.
Damien pulled me closer, pulling my head to his chest and trying to soothe my crying. I gripped onto him, conflicted at myself. I wanted to get away from him, but I needed to hold him.
Diana thought you were very brave to make that decision. She respected you for making that kind of sacrifice. It's not easy to give the one you love away like that for their happiness.
Damien lifted my head once again, a world of love within his eyes.
I love you so much. I don't deserve your love at all. You gave me everything. You made me human. For that, I can never repay you.
Damien. Before I could finish, Damien pulled me into a kiss. It reminded me of all the love we shared and all the love we would share together. I gripped onto his shoulders as he held me close. I pulled away from the kiss slowly, looking up at him, still slightly pained and guilt. You forgive me? Oh, that's cute. Damien smiled and lifted me up, wrapping his arms around my waist and looking up at me with the happiest and most loving smile on his face.
A lifetime with the woman I love is well worth forgiving you.
I felt a large smile grow on my face, happy tears now painting over my cheeks. I love you, Damien.
I love you too.
I didn't want to wake up if this was indeed a dream. I felt light as a feather, not wanting to ever let go of this man in my life. There were no words that could describe the emotions within me. I felt joy, happiness, ecstatic, high all at once. Here I was with the man I would be with forever, holding me like I was his greatest treasure. The past was behind us. We had a future to meet. And that was my happily ever after. Oh, yay, good ending! That was actually really cute. Actually, at this time that I'm recording this, I had blown past Damien. I did, actually, three of the other boys. And I only just realized, literally yesterday from this recording, I was looking through the pictures in the gallery and I'm like, wait, I don't have one of Damien's. How can that be? And that's the picture. Ah! That's cute. Super cute. Alright, I'm just gonna end this episode off here, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Share with your friends if they like cute. Cute! I don't know! Just cute! Alright, bye-bye! Jesus Christ, that was so cute. I hate my life.